Why style changes how the world sees you. Now, guys, I've always thought that fashion is more than just clothes. Style is about psychology, it's about expressing yourself, it's about discovering who you are. And I really want to explain that today in today's video. So, style is psychology, not vanity. A lot of people believe that style is all about showing off, or it's about showing how much money you have, or it's about showing that you're better than other people, maybe. And it's true that most brands these days, luxury brands, they do cater to that audience that wants to show off, that wants to show how much money they have, that wants to show they're better than other people because they can actually afford, new clothes all the time. But you know what? Fashion is actually it's about expressing yourself. It's about self-expression. And when I realized this, I started to express myself more through fashion, and opportunities came my way. And this is the whole ethos behind who I am and why I'm a fashion stylist and what I do with my content. So, when I say that fashion is psychology, think about it. When you put on a nice outfit, you get that confidence boost, right? Now, imagine if you had that confidence boost every single day of your life. If you had a great outfit on every single day that aligns with who you are, imagine the opportunities that could come your way. Now, this is what I do every day with my clients, and this is what I try to do with my content all the time. I want to help people express themselves more because in a world like this, people are often afraid to showcase who they are, and instead they try to become more like other people. Conformity is a big thing, especially where I'm from, Australia, Sydney, Australia. Many people are scared to express themselves because of tall poppy syndrome, and you know, it's called crabs in a bucket in other parts of the world, but people are really afraid to stand out because they're afraid of what people are going to say. And, this is a terrible thing because when you express yourself, people align with your energy. They are naturally drawn to your energy. It's like a magnet, in my opinion. It's like a magnet. When you have someone that dresses to who they are fearlessly, I'm so curious when I see someone that's well dressed. I want to go up to them, ask them, who are you? What do you do? Things like that. So this is the ethos behind today's video. And people judge you before you speak. People judge you before you speak. It's scientifically proven that you have 7 seconds to make a first impression. Now, 7 seconds. Most of that is visual. Humans are visual creatures, guys. Humans are visual creatures. I know some people do not like that answer, but honestly, when I see someone come past, the first thing we're going to notice is the outfit and how they look. The world today, people judge too harshly before we get to actually talk to the person or understand who the person is. And most people today will judge harshly. Some people won't, but most people will. Now, if you dress well, there are people that are going to trust you more. There's people that are going to come up to you and, they're going to ask you questions. Like I always get asked for for directions for some reason. And I asked them why, and they said, "You look trustworthy." I'm like, okay, fair enough. Even in countries I've traveled to, people come up to me asking me for directions. It's simple things like this. I think it's also the height. The height makes me look a bit more trustworthy or, um, you know, easier to come forward. But mainly, like how you dress, it's such a big impact on people. Networking, even when you walk into a room, you see someone well dressed, you think, this is someone worthy to know, right? So I'm here in Dubai and I've been here for 3 months. And the people I've met just by walking into rooms dressed colorfully, as I often do, I've met so many people like this. And as an introvert, someone with social anxiety, I'm able to break the ice very easily because of my outfit. And let's say 10 years ago, I was very low on confidence. I was very socially anxious. I was very introverted. Still introverted now, of course, but to a lesser extent. But through my fashion sense and through experimenting with my style, I realized how I can express myself through the clothes, because my clothes can speak before I do. I'm a very eloquent person, but it's very hard for me to go up to someone and say, "Hi, my name is Vav, and this is what I do," and etc. etc. I do prefer it when someone else comes up to me, to be honest. But I'm a very confident person nowadays, and I will do it now. But I still have that. It's part of my character to be introverted, right? So I know some people watching this will be introverted as well. So when you dress well, people are naturally going to come up to you. Obviously, opportunities come to those who ask. So you should always go out and take every opportunity head on. You should always talk to people, etc. But I'm just saying, your clothes can help you in this way. So, um, misaligned style creates friction. When you dress in a way that's not authentic to who you are, it will cause friction in your life. I believe when you dress authentically to who you are, opportunities naturally come. Things naturally come to you. People are naturally drawn towards you. And when you're not dressing in a way that's authentic to who you are, you're less on confidence. I see this with my clients. I see this with people who DM me on Instagram, and they often say, "I think this is holding me back. I'm very worried about other people's opinions, so I don't wear this thing." And for example, my client would buy a really nice coat, and they would really love how it looks, but they're afraid to wear it in a place like Sydney when it's such a colorful thing, and people often do not wear colors. So I think that when you don't worry too much about what other people think, now this is a very easy thing for me to say, but when you do not worry about what other people think and you do the thing anyway, you will notice that getting outside your comfort zone will it will get easier. First of all, it will get easier the more and more and more you do it, but you'll notice things about yourself you've never noticed ever. So if you start dressing in a way that's different. For example, you like color, but you're worried because people around you they're always wearing black, white, gray, and you're like, "Ah, I don't want to stand out too much." This is the thing that my clients often say. And then you start to dress in color. You start to dress in the way you actually like to. You will notice that your confidence will increase rapidly. You will start getting so many compliments. Every day will become a joy to get dressed every morning, and people will be more drawn towards you. Even in the workplace, when I style a client, they land more deals. They close more deals. When they're in a meeting and someone sees their outfit and they're like, "You look impeccably dressed," then this can also help. In meetings, people obviously the person's gonna judge you instantly by how you're dressed. And if you're really well dressed, it's I would trust someone more. Instead of someone that puts no effort into their style. When a man puts effort into their outfit, it means they put effort into other parts of their life. That's a fact. And it's a very easy thing to just notice straight away when someone's well dressed because you can just look at someone in 2, 3 seconds. You can look and be like, wow, look at that person, right? You might often do this when you're just walking down the street and you see someone like, wow, look at that person. They look amazing. So misaligned style creates friction. When you start to dress as someone that is fearlessly themselves, you'll notice the big difference. So clothes that don't reflect you. Now, this is also a big one because if you're always dressing in ways that other people expect you to dress, if you're always dressing in ways that aren't what you want to wear, and it's more about what society wants you to wear. Now, I'm not saying go into the office looking crazy, right? I'm saying dress professionally in professional setting, but every day, day to day, for date nights, etc., dress in the way that you want to dress. Now, if you want to wear the colorful tie, if you want to wear the pants that are oversized and baggy, if you're a girl and you like to dress as a tomboy, nothing wrong with that. Everyone in this world is different, and therefore everyone should dress differently, but this is not an ideal world, right? Now, as a stylist, as a personal stylist, I would love to see everyone dressed in a way that reflects themselves. But unfortunately, it's not like that. And, human beings are very complex creatures. We judge, we worry too much about what the people think. Sometimes you think that your budget is holding you back, many things, right? But Budget is not an issue. Judgment is not an issue as well. Trust me, once the first time you dress in a way that's authentic to you, it gets easier. And also, you realize that getting out of that comfort zone is the true way to grow. And I, comfort zone is a big one as well. Comfort zone is a huge one. You know, the first time I went to the gym in 2016 and 2017, I realized the impact that staying in the comfort zone can hold you back. And then around that time, I also started to look into how can I dress better. And back then, I used to wear hand-me-downs. Now, hand-me-downs are things that your brothers pass down to you. They're not new clothes. And my mom used to dress me. So then I started to experiment with my style. Eventually, after a lot of trial and error, I found out I like colorful things, right? But you'll notice getting outside your comfort zone, that's where growth happens. And you know, most days that you dress up, you want to find a style that is authentic to you, that is your signature style. Your signature style is something that you can put on easily. And most people think ease is a bad thing for some reason. But ease is a good thing. When you realize what your style is, then it's so easy to become dressed, right? Every day, so easy to get dressed. Now, I'm not saying wear a uniform or wear something that is the same every day. But for example, I like color and I like to layer things with each other. I like to wear scarves. I like to wear sunglasses a lot. Now, this is my signature style. When I go shopping, I know what to get. When I get dressed every day, I know what to pair with what. And I'm not saying wear the same thing every day. You can, but make minor changes. That's all you have to do. This is a very simple thing. So, blindly chasing trends. Now, obviously, coming from Australia, this is a big one. Fashion trends. Fashion trends are literally only made so you buy clothes. Fashion trends are what the runways sell you. It's what the big brands sell you. It's what the H&M's, the Zara sell you. So you just keep buying clothes to stay in the trend. To say that, I'm up to style. I'm up to the trend. But to be honest, personal style is timeless. Fashion trends are temporary. Think of it like that. When you dress in a way that's authentic to you, if you like dressing in 90s style, even though like 90s and 2000 style Y2K is very popular still, it doesn't matter because that's your authentic style. When you dress in trends all the time, that's not your personal style. That's just keeping up with what's happening in the world. And if you like to do that, that's okay. But to have a style that is authentic to you, that is timeless, that people will look at and be like, this guy actually has style. He doesn't just copy what's popular right now. I think that's more important because that's how you express who you are instead of expressing someone else. And a lot of people like to copy celebrities. I've been to Korea, I've been to Japan. I love these places. There's a lot of personal style here, but there's a lot of people that also copy the big K-pop stars blindly, like fully, which is a bit interesting, right? And even in the Western world, there is a lot of people copying celebrities um, completely. And I don't really like this because a celebrity is a celebrity. They're a person. They might also have a stylist, and that stylist has crafted a signature style that is perfect for them. Think of The Weeknd. His style is amazing, and each album he crafts a different style to create the persona for that album. He's an amazing, amazing artist. I love his music, and if you copy The Weeknd style, The Weeknd is a character, first of all. Abel Tesfaye is the artist. The Weeknd is a character. So you're copying a character. You're not even copying the person. Second of all, you know, it's not a good thing to copy others. When you dress in a way that's aligned with who you are, as I said before, opportunities will come to you, people will trust you more, and you'll be more confident in day-to-day life. So blindly following fashion trends is one that I don't really like. Fashion trends just are just there for you to buy things, and it's just made for you to spend your money basically. So confidence lost in poor fit. Now a lot of people they buy clothes that don't fit them properly. I'm very lucky to be tall. I'm very blessed to be tall because most things fit me very well. And I know most other people do not have that blessing, unfortunately. So it is good to go to a tailor. Now, a good tailor that doesn't cost much money is like striking gold. It's like striking gold. Google Maps, search Taylor, look through the reviews, look to see if it's affordable, look to see if they're reliable. And trust me, guys, once you find a good tailor, everything changes. Literally everything changes. Especially as a man, everything changes. Now, as a woman, you always want to wear clothes. Not always. I'll rephrase that. You usually want to wear clothes that fit your body well, that hug your curves, that show off your amazing body. Now, every woman has a good body, every single woman, but most are dressing in a way that doesn't represent their body type or doesn't suit their body type. Most women, they'll look at a clothing piece on an online shopping store and then buy it, and of course the model might be a different body shape to who they are, and when they receive the product, they either keep it in their wardrobe and never wear it, or they donate it. So this happens very often with my clients, and I will go into this in a different video about body shape because this is very important. But body shape is quite important. If you can research on this and you know figure out your body type and start dressing differently towards who you are instead of trying to look like someone else, I think that's a very important thing because body shape, it's often underlooked in day-to-day style and how to dress. But body shape is a very important thing. So, first impressions myth. Now, first impression is one of the most important things in this world, and I've realized this through many events I've been to, with many celebrities I've been next to, with many people who have come up to me and said, Bav, your style is just wow. I wish I could wear it. They say, I wish I could wear it. First of all, you shouldn't copy me. Second of all, anyone can wear anyone can wear whatever they want. That's another thing. You know, fashion is subjective. Someone could look at my outfit and say this guy's dressed terribly. Another guy could say this guy is dressed amazingly. And technically they're both right. Because fashion is subjective. There's no right or wrong answer. But in my opinion, when you dress authentically to who you are and in a way that represents you, that is the most important thing. And there's different approaches to this. And that's why I say fashion is subjective, because with a client, I could come up to them and dress them this way. And another fashion stylist would come up to them and say, you should dress like this instead. And both versions could work. Both versions could work. This is important. So fashion is usually opinionated. It's very subjective. But first impressions myth. So when you ask someone else for their opinion of a dress or their outfit, they're going to answer the opinion they're going to answer the thing usually through their opinion, through their lens on the world. So you should instead be more worried about what do you think? Does this represent who I am? Does this outfit represent who I am? Does this represent the brand I want to showcase to the world? Does this represent the image I want to showcase to the world? Is this actually who I am? If it's not who you are, you're not going to be happy. So these are the questions you should ask instead of asking someone else for their opinion. Because, for example, a husband is always going to ask the wife their opinion. Now, the wife, 8 times out of 10, will give a good advice. But 2 times out of 10, they won't. And I've seen this in my own clients. And, the husband will, instead of wearing the thing that they want to, that they like, they're going to wear something they don't like because they followed the opinion of the wife. Now, this is just an example. It's a blanket statement. Don't take it as it is. But yeah, first impressions are one of the most important things in today's world. Literally, I've gotten opportunities where I've got casted for a modeling gig because someone just saw me walking down in a nice outfit. I got invited to an event. I met a crazy celebrity. I got invited to a red carpet event. I got a client style. I secured a client to style. Like countless opportunities I could come up with right now. Literally just 2-3 weeks ago, I was interviewed by Reuters. Reuters is one of the biggest media companies in the world. And they came up to me literally because they said, your outfit stood out so much. That's what they said to me. And I'll never forget that because that's literally first impression. They didn't know who I was. They didn't know anything about me. They just came up to me because I was wearing a crazy red outfit. And I don't know, it made me really smile that day. Like, That's that's what should happen to people. Like they should get opportunities without even opening their mouth. You know how powerful that is when you realize that without even opening my mouth, I got an interview with Reuters. Crazy thing to even think about. Thank you, God. And yeah. So, what is the fix? The fix is use style intentionally to align. This is very important to align perception. Perception with who you are. Use style intentionally. Most people do not use style intentionally. Instead, they just look at what's popular right now on Instagram, on TikTok, and they wear whatever that is. And you can still be stylish without wearing the hottest new trend. You can still be stylish without wearing the crazy outfit. Now, I like colorful style. You might not like colorful style. You might like black, only wearing black. There's nothing wrong with that. That's your style. If someone comes up to you and say black is boring, black is this, black is that, actually black is one of the most interesting colors because it's one of the colors that have so many layers to it. And you can wear black in so many different ways. A lot of people don't realize that. Instead, they'll say black is boring. No, no, it's not boring. So you have to find out what your style is. So um, I want you to go and get a notebook or into your phone notes app and write down what is my style? How do I want to showcase myself to the world? What image do I want to portray? What do I like wearing? What do I wish I could wear, but maybe I'm afraid of what other people think? Write things down like this, and this is already one huge step you'll take to improve your style. Now, if you want to improve your style, I do have virtual consultations on my Stan store, so it's going to be in the description. And you can book a wardrobe audit with me or a virtual shopping session. Now, these are over Zoom, and align. I help you use style intentionally to align perception with who you are. And this is a huge time saver. You could do all this on your own, but this is a huge time saver. So if you do want to do that, that'll be in the link. And I also have ebooks that are more affordable options rather than a huge um, wardrobe audit. So I have a lot of ebooks on many different topics of style, and you can look through that as well. But I hope this helped you, you know, with your clarity, because I know with fashion, many opinions out there. But I want to tell you that the main thing that you should do every day, if this video was too long for you, I apologize. But the main thing I want you to realize is fashion is self-expression. It's not about impressing other people. Impress yourself, and other people will be impressed. I trust. I want you to know that. Like when I dress in a way that's different, when I dress in a way that I like to dress, when I dress in a way that people are like, that's daring, that's bold, then people are impressed. So don't worry about impressing people. Don't worry about buying new clothes all the time. First, figure out what is your style. That's the main thing. If you guys like this video, please leave a comment on what you think. Please like the video. Please subscribe. And also check out my Instagram for daily tips. Vav.xo. Dress better, live better. Thank you guys.